What's up, everybody? We're back. We heard the news. Before we get into it, too much. Just in case you didn't know or don't remember, I am Austin Birch.
I'm Darren Griffin.
And here we go. First things first. Ha! We told you to listen to us when we first did the video. Ha! Okay, before I continue, yes, JJ, when you watch this, for a split second, when he put out the audio, we were like, okay, there's no way the NFL can let him come back from this. Right. But we always believed that he was never in the wrong. Now, he might have been a dick for it, but he was never in the wrong for what he's committed. Yeah. So that's all it's... My whole point to this right now is just, ha!
Right.
You got it.
From day one, I think we said we weren't going to pass judgment until we had the full facts and everything that was going on. And I remember when the news first came out or whatever, there were a lot of people who were just already ready to crucify him, when we hadn't even got the full, story of what was going on. All we had was police reports. And, so, I mean, at that point in time, like, anytime the police come to your house, they're going to file a report so you can, you can pretty much, you don't know anything at that point. And so I think what was always evident was that her name was Crystal, who was his fiance, was just much involved as he was. Mm-hmm. So to me, I never really wanted to pass judgment. Of course, when the audio came out, especially the way it was edited, everybody kind of freaked out because it just didn't look good, And even still then, I mean, I still stood behind that he didn't do anything.
Yep.
I don't know why I had such a feeling about that, but that was just the way I felt about it. And so
yeah, but my biggest thing was when, like, to feel that he didn't do anything, like, of what everybody's accusing him of, was like he was so cooperative. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're innocent, like, you don't do that. Like, look what Crystal's doing. Mm-hmm. She didn't volunteer the information. She hid stuff. She wasn't cooperative with the NFL. Yeah. People who do that are guilty. Right. Like, if you're hiding something, then you're guilty. Like, if you don't want to show something, it's because you're trying to hide something.
They're lying.
Yeah, they're trying to keep something a secret.
Right.
Like lying or information that would come back for her. Mm-hmm. But Tyreek Hill had from the very beginning was, here's everything. Yeah. Look, I'm innocent. You can look at everything, every report, every doctor's thing. You can check him out as much as you want. Yeah. I am innocent. Yeah. And that's where I knew, like, somebody who is innocent, like, at heart, does not do that stuff. They just don't. So I knew, like, none of it. Now, I thought he could have got suspended a game or so because of what he said, but not for what he was going to court and criminalized for.
So,
I mean,
let's leads us into the next thing, the overview of what, if you've been living underneath a rock or you don't know what's going on, what was it, 4 or 5 months ago,
it's been a while.
Reports of Tyreek Hill being involved in the child abuse allegations. Basically, there was a police report filed that there had been an altercation with his son, as far as his son's arm being broken at that point in time. There wasn't a whole lot of information that was coming out then. Then probably a month around the draft, the audio came out from due to KCTV5.
I think it was like the night of the draft, wasn't it? Or the day, or like the day of the draft?
It was the night of the draft. The audio, the edited audio came out.
Yes.
That they supposedly put out and aired to the public. That made it seem like it was really bad because of the argument that Crystal and Tyreek were having with each other, the things they were kind of said at that point in time. So a lot of people at that point in time thought that, Tyreek his career was pretty much done and stuff like that. And then probably a couple months later, we get the full-fledged audio, as well as text messages, as well as other information from other sources about the full situation that was going on with the whole, not only just Tyreek side of the family, but even the Espinal side of the family and the things that they were going through and stuff like that. And so now it leads all up to Tyreek Hill not being suspended by the NFL due to the fact that there is not enough evidence and not enough. How else would you put it? Not enough allegations or evidence or anything.
Nothing to support.
Nothing that supports the fact that he was involved in hurting his son.
Yep.
That is what the NFL was focusing on. I know everybody has been talking about the tape and things that were said during the tape and things like that, and I get that. But the fact of the matter is that the allegations were about the child abuse case. And that's what the NFL would have it ultimately suspended him for.
Yep.
You know, but the tape coming out or whatever,
the full
audio explained pretty much to me everything that we pretty much needed to know, and it gave some glaring information about what happened in 2014 with them. So,
that's what I hate about like media, man. Like, people don't understand what you can portray about certain people just from cutting out certain things. Like, context is everything.
Yeah.
Like, why people said something or the whole parameter of the conversation. And that could be done with anything, man. Like, I know from personal people in my life that have gone through being manipulated just because they know they can get away with it.
Yeah.
That's like, even like in court, like if you don't have enough money to keep the case going, you're gonna plead.
Yeah.
And it's crazy what people can do and manipulate because they can.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, you got to go with the whole picture. You can't just go with one little snippet and be like, okay, he did it. He did everything. Well, no. You had the doctors there saying he didn't do it. There's no evidence that's portrayed him doing it. He never admitted to doing it.
Yeah.
So, like, there's no... That's why we always believe from the get-go. Like, for that, he did not do. He never did it.
Well, our main thing was always waiting for the facts to really come out and really, you know, because I don't ever want to pass judgment on anybody until, you know, I know that it's proven that they did something.
Yep.
You know, and it just, at that point in time, there wasn't enough out there to prove that he had did anything.
Yep.
And like I always said, that I always felt like there was a family member or somebody out there that really may not like him, may not, you know, agree with him and Crystal's relationship and stuff like that. And so that's why I always felt like, you know, what's going on at that point in time. And then there was actual articles and things that came out that proved that that she may be behind and possibly extorting him for money.
Yeah, her uncle or father.
Her father.
I think her father is like in a crazy amount of debt.
Yeah.
Crazy. So that's what they're starting to find out now, is this has all been like her plot for him to give her money to make it all go away.
Yeah.
And he's not doing it. He's just fighting it. He's like, I didn't do it. I'm not going to back down to you.
Yeah.
And he was proven right.
Right.
That she was freaking crazy. And if you feel any different, like if you feel like no matter what, he should be banned from the NFL, like tell us why. Why do you think he should? I get the comment, but if that's the only thing he did wrong, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Like
everybody says things when they're angry that they. I mean, I'm not gonna say that they don't mean, but when your emotions are provoked. And
you're gonna tell me you've never been pissed off,
right? To
the point where you said some stuff that you instantly could have taken back,
right? And
knew you shouldn't have said.
Especially walking through a busy airport when you're going on trying to go on a vacation,
and someone purposely trying to just poke you and prod you and just piss you off.
Yeah,
you're gonna tell me you never said something that you should not have said.
And even even him saying that he never got loud with her. He never. Yeah, that's right. He didn't yell at her. Yeah, I can see how some people may take it as a threat, but that's what I also saw it was that it was kind of him saying like, I got dirt on you too. Yeah. You know, like there's stuff that you done that hasn't been right either. Yeah. You know, so you should be scared of me too. Yeah. You know, and people can take it how they want to and say, you know, I agree. He shouldn't have said that. You know. Could he have picked a better choice of words? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I always think he could have picked a better choice of words. But it is it is what it is. He said what he said, and at the end of the day, the biggest part in all of this was the fact that did he hurt his son or not, you know? And if the law states that he didn't do it, and the NFL even investigates and states that they couldn't find anything that could prove that he did it, then why are we still, you know?
And why is this even a thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is, I guess, one point that we do have to make sure is clear to everyone. Like, even though we feel the way we feel, we know nothing's gonna come up, nothing's gonna happen. Technically speaking, he's not suspended right now. Like, the letter is saying, as of right now, there is no evidence. There's nothing for us to suspend him on. So we're gonna let him do everything. But they also said, if more evidence comes up, we'll revisit.
Yeah.
So he's not suspended as of right now. But basically, that means it's not gonna happen.
But even if, okay, how much evidence could come out, even with everything we heard today about how much he fully cooperated and she didn't.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I mean. Like, it's not gonna happen.
If you don't have anything to hide and you think that somebody has done something wrong, why would you not fully cooperate with any kind of investigation that's going on?
Yeah.
And the NFL has stated they tried multiple times to reach her and to get in contact with her, and she declined. Not even personally declined. She had her lawyer call them back and tell them that she wasn't willing to talk.
So she knows she lost.
Yeah. So what was you know? I would think that if he did something, especially against my son, if I'm his fiance,
if he actually did that, you know, to my son, you're gonna provide everything you can,
And he even gave up his rights to protect because you know how they always say you're allowed to remain silent, and stuff like that. He even gave up his rights to prove that he was innocent. You know, so I understand people may not like him and not get that at all times, you know. Where if you don't like Tyreek Hill, that's on you, you know, and that's your problem. But at the same time, if you've been given all these facts and everything, you still think that he's guilty or whatever, you got some issues you need to work out because, or you just purely just can't, you know.
No, you just can't get over it.
Yeah. And you just hate that person. So I understand there's a lot of people that don't like people. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm happy that this is all over, that we finally got the news that we've been waiting on. How shocked were you, though, at a no game suspension?
I don't know. I would say a little. I expected to. Well, actually, what I expected was a 4-game suspension. 4-game suspension because it's gonna get appealed to 2 games. That's what I expected. Yeah. But I did not see a no game. I just figured they had to do something. But I figured they would have done. I just assumed they did something. I didn't think he deserved it.
Right.
But just being the NFL and the way they are with this stuff, like, I figured they would have done something.
Right. I think I was probably the only person in the world, or maybe some other people, that believed that he wasn't ever gonna get suspended. Yeah, and I stated that to him several different times. Yeah, or whatever, because it wasn't enough evidence to prove that he did anything. Like,
that's what I always tell him. Be like, I get it. Like, I understand. There's nothing there, but like I feel like they got to do something to just prove like even the little thing you're gonna get suspended.
At worst, I thought like he probably get 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, that's why I figured it would end up
just
being.
Because of what he said during the tape and stuff like that. And I would understand if the NFL was like, yo, you know, that violates our personal conduct code or whatever. But the whole point in this, like I keep going back to, was that it was always about the child abuse allegations. It was never fully ever about the audio tape. The audio tape just played a part into the allegations.
It was evidence for the allegation. It wasn't like it's. A lot of people thought like it was its own case. Like all it was evidence for the actual case. Right. That's all it was.
Right. So if they came out and said like, hey, because of the tape and what was said, we believe that, you know, it violates our personal conduct. But that wasn't what they were focused on.
Nope.
And for people to sit here and say that like the NFL got it wrong, they investigated this thing for 4 months.
For a long time.
And talked to Tyreek Hill for 8.5 hours. If that's not enough...
I don't know what else. I don't know what else you need, or what more evidence is going to come out.
I understand a lot of people are upset about like the whole Ezekiel Elliott thing, and then other previous suspensions that have happened and stuff like that. But maybe to me, in my eyes, this is the NFL trying to get things right, and it also falls into place of when the NFL is trying to negotiate a new CBA with the Players Association. So that's the last thing they want right now is an appeal or something that is going to break that collective bargaining agreement talk and destroy a bunch of money for them right now. So the NFL is walking on eggshells right now. Yeah, because they don't have no choice but to walk on eggshells right now.
Yeah, they had to get this right.
Yeah,
and like even if like your own personal beliefs, like you can't just because you don't like a dude, just because you don't like him, doesn't mean you suspend him and crucify him. Because like the evidence, if he didn't do anything wrong in that case, you can't suspend him for being a dick. Like you just can't. If so, half the league it will be suspended.
Right.
Terrell Owens would never have been in the league to start with.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben would have been gone forever ago. Yeah. Like you, just because they're not a good personality wise, doesn't mean.
Who was it? Josh Brown. Remember the kicker, Josh Brown?
Oh,
he got 1 game suspension. He beat the hell out of his wife.
Yeah.
And wrote a whole letter about how he did it.
Yeah.
And stuff, and only got a game suspension. So at the end of the day,
what then wasn't like a kicker?
Yeah, he was
it just
kicker.
happened. Was that him? I was thinking of something else. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. I don't know why I was thinking of a receiver for some reason. But because that just happened like last year, didn't it? Or like 2 years ago.
It was a couple years ago.
Yeah,
but still, it's been
because nothing really happened to him. Yeah, he had like evidence and everything, and he got a game.
1 game.
Yeah,
so
there's no way you could suspend him after that.
Understand,
that is true.
If I was sitting in front of Tyreek and today, like my main thing would be getting out of that relationship. It's too toxic. It's it's very unhealthy, especially for their children and stuff like that. And so I'm hoping and praying that he gets the help that he needs. I seen that the NFL is still making him go through therapy classes and things like that. It's also Johnson County is making him do that as well too. So I know that she's trying to get the help that he needs or whatever, but hopefully that relationship is over and done with.
Yep.
And I think that's going to lead into the contract talks when they come around. Now
because now it's football,
right? So reportedly that there are contract extension talks still on the board for him. Don't know what the numbers will actually be, or whatever. From what we heard from sources on Twitter and stuff like that it could be close to a Sammy Watkins type deal, maybe a little higher, maybe a little more guaranteed money, or something like that. But it's going to be some kind of stipulations in there where the Chiefs, if something like this, an event happens again, where they can get out of that contract. So that's what I've been hearing, especially from like Therese Player and stuff like that, and reliable sources that are in behind that. But
and that would be huge because he was projected to get like $18 million a year.
I think he was going to be the highest paid receiver
in the league
at one point.
Yeah,
if this never
he wanted
happens.
more than because was it AB or Odell? And he wanted more than
they were going to blow Odell's deal out of, especially on the guaranteed money side of the deal. So
that's going to save us so much money, which is it's bad in a way that he went through it, but now that we're here, it's saved us so much money for him to be down that deal.
So when do you think a deal actually gets done? You think it happens in training camp or?
I think it'd be after training camp, because they're gonna want to go to football and just do football. I bet it'll happen, because he's on his last year right now, right? It'd be after training camp. I bet.
I think it gets done during training camp.
You think?
And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets done by next week.
Before training camp?
I think
I don't know if it happened that fast.
I think during training camp it could get done the first week or whatever. I think the Chiefs try to put all the bad smoke behind them and
move forward as quick as they can.
Yeah, and get, like you said, get back to football.
Yeah,
and so I think that he
I know that's what they want to do now. Is just like, look, football, it's over. Let's go play.
Right.
Ain't nothing to talk about now.
Right.
After this, it's football, baby.
So, that's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. Like always, comment, subscribe, and let us know how you really feel.
Yes, please.
Tell us your opinions or whatever. We're open to all opinions or whatever. We're not gonna slander you for anything you have to say or anything. If you don't like what happened, let us know. If you do like what happened, let us know. Talk to us about what you guys think is gonna happen this season, and comment, subscribe, and like, and follow us on Twitter, Raw Talk Sports 1. And always remember, there's no talk like Raw Talk. We are out. Peace. Hey guys, it's Derek Griffin with Raw Talk Sports. Thank you for watching another episode of Raw Talk Sports. If you guys want to subscribe to our channel, click the link right down here. If you guys want to watch the latest video on our channel, click the link right down here. And follow us on Twitter at Raw Talk Sports 1. That is Raw Talk Sports 1. And always remember, there's no talk like Raw Talk. Peace.